Storytelling has never been about stories. It has never been about logic. Only thing that matters while we are telling stories is the trigger, the emotion. Imagine a story. When I tell you I've discovered a business secret that gives me more sex, there's an intrigue, but there's an emotion within what I said. Something that you desire to know, something that you did not know before. The essence of storytelling is not about the words, like Robert Sheldrake, a scientist, has demonstrated. When a person has a dog and that person is away from home and something happens to that person, the dog immediately knows. There's even no question because the owner and the pet are connected telepathically. They communicate with their thoughts, with their feelings. No need for expressive words. Even now, this presence that I, or when you are watching another video, someone else has on the presence of the screen is the most important aspect. The aspect that inspires you, the aspect that gives you the fire, the fuel, the inspiration that you can change your life to, or you can be something you never thought was possible. The stories are there to inspire. The stories are not there to entertain us. Okay? But what about the story about King Arthur? In a way, how Guy Ritchie presented it, it was fascinating for me. As he was asked, so his retake of King Arthur was about a young boy growing up with prostitutes, hustling on the streets, getting to know himself and becoming the king. In the beginning, he becomes the king on the streets, and later he becomes the king in the kingdom. He's touching the archetypes. He's touching the sensory experience that we all feel as humans. That's why Hollywood is so captivating with their movies. Because they know how to attain our presence. And sadly, the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the social media, they are destroying our brains with those 3, 2 second clips that we are scrolling and going through in our brains. That's not true storytelling. That's dopamine addiction, and that's dangerous. But true storytelling captivates our imagination, makes us wonder, and we feel this sense of awe. Great storyteller is never about the story. No. Great storyteller is always about igniting the emotion, igniting the fire. The music that we listen. A good music is always about story. And then there are stories that are like common prospects. They are distributed to large masses, sometimes with unfair advantages, but sometimes they truly, deeply touch someone. I still do not understand what was the meaning behind Lady Gaga's song Poker Face. Why did it become so popular. But the music is a way of telling stories, conveying messages, like uh, like Mika Lollipop. Go Google that song and you will find answers. Or The Doors, Light My Fire. It's about passion. It's about the beast that is within the Jim Morrison. But there are also more poetic songs that go into the nature of humankind, like Radiohead, Ock Computer. It just goes into the machine and explains what happens to us within the machines. It's storytelling and with sounds, with emotions, we are able to convey the message. Like the like the classical music from the first part of the 20th century. There's a lot of disharmony, dystopia, because that's what people felt in the times of wars. They had to express it. The great storyteller can come forth and tell three words, just do it, and it's enough. And I'm not saying that I am a great storyteller. I am a learner, and great story is never about you, but it's all about you. Can you sense the contradiction? Contradiction lies in the ability for a story to touch the subconscious of a large mass of people, and at the same time talk directly to this one person. Do you? Did you understand? I am feeling this sensation within my body. That is my belief system. That is me. That I just did recognize. And we can use those stories for different measures. In the past, in the traditions of the Celts, the Bards, the Ovids, and Druids, they taught children with stories, and those stories were passed from kin to kin, from generation to generation, and they held important roles of educating the morality, the wisdom, and practical skills that people needed in their daily lives. Stories helped to solve problems that still did not have any solutions. This modern society is all about quantities. How many, how much, what is wrong with you? And it does not depend on stories. The court cases, even we could predict or we could hold people from going to prison if we would be able to educate them with stories that they know consequences of their actions. Knowing enough of stories, we understand and realize what our actions will cause. I have read thousands of stories and heard in my life, and they make me wonder, they make me contemplate, and they make me cautious because I see the reference of action. I see my framework where I can attribute in a moral way, give to the society in a way that is in service, not not in the service of greed, but in the service of greater good. That's where the greatest stories will take us and reveal our psyche. They will give us a meaning, a way how we can express our ultimate sincere expression of life. Stories are meant for living beings. Stories are there that we will translate a feeling, the feelings that we have in our hearts, and give them forward. We could share those feelings and contemplate together this beautiful life, this opportunity, this gratefulness that has been given to us. When you create a story, that's your life, your web of life, how you are intertwined with thousands of individuals with whom you see the perspective, you see the opportunity, and you see the marvel in life. And of course, you will have some hardships, but learning and listening to different stories will help you to overcome those hardships. When you break up from your partner and then you have a friend who has gone through such experience, you can learn from that friend's stories. When you need to learn how to be self-sufficient, how to earn your living, you will have to listen to the stories of more more successful people. Or if you need moral advice, you can read old stories and you will become adept. You will understand the meaning behind the words and life through the emotion, through this feeling. And from there, you can be great and you can understand and phrase your own story that you are weaving in this life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and see you soon again. Goodbye.